Yes, guys, welcome to another season review episode that we're doing right now. We've obviously recorded Kunnar's one, so go check that out if you haven't already. Manchester United fans, let us know what you think as well of what Kunnar's had his thoughts on Manchester United. But we're actually going to do one I've sort of enjoyed. I couldn't wait for this, the Tottenham review, where we were hearing about lifting the trophy in December and November, and now we're finally here. Tottenham finishing 7th place. Life is great, and Chelsea with the Champions League as well. So, and just before that, before we get into Tottenham, just before we get into that, I want to get your thoughts on us winning the Champions League first.
Bro, that performance from you lot was just insane. I know everyone's saying that I was a shit fan, all of that, blah blah blah, yeah, but you lot made City look absolutely horrendous last night. It was a shocking performance from them. I don't understand what Pep was thinking through that lineup.
And it wasn't just last night. They've done it 3 times in the past 6
3
weeks.
times as well. I mean,
3 times as well, yeah.
Pep Guardiola, yeah, without Messi, he's nothing in it. You can buy the league as much as you want, but you're not winning the Champions League, mate.
Just get the tap on, the oil tap. Yeah, that's it. It'll be turning.
That is the one greatest manager of all time.
Mel's gonna not like this, the fact that we cuss at City, but who cares, man? Who cares? Yeah, and obviously, Nandhu, you're not really happy, obviously, with Chelsea sort of winning Champions League because of the rivalry and stuff.
I mean, I don't care in it. It's just
I think that's. I
kind of predicted it from like 2 weeks ago. So
yeah,
I said that Chelsea were gonna win 1-0, or City were just gonna thrash them, one way or another, innit?
Yeah, fair enough. And smash the like and subscribe button as well if you're new around here as well. And get involved as well once we've done the season review. Let us know your thoughts on Tottenham season. But what I'll do is then, Nandhu, I'll do what I've sort of done with Kunal as well. So I'll get up your points. I'll get up some stats for this season, just some basic stats from this season and last season. So for this season, you guys obviously finished 7th place. 18 wins, 8 draws. 12 losses, goal difference 23, and you've ended up on 62 points. And for last season, 16 wins, 11 points, 11 points, 11 draws, 11 draws, 11 losses, and 14 goal difference with 59 points. If you look at the points there, you've technically progressed by 3 or 4 points, but I'll just get the position. Where did you guys finish last season? So you finished 6th last season. Obviously, this season was 7th. So, but it's funny enough. You got more points this season than last season, but you finished lower. So, what? Simple question: what have you made? Give me the season review for Tottenham. What have you made of the season, man?
Mourinho the terrorist. That's all I have to say now.
That's the progress, Mourinho.
It was all rosy like last year, wasn't it? With Jose, like this time last year potentially. No, as in once the season ended.
I mean, once the season ended, yeah. Like when we beat Leicester 3-1 or something last season.
Yeah.
I thought things were gonna be something's gonna happen soon, and then beginning of the season, it was looking good until maybe it looked a bit iffy once we drew 3-3 with West Ham. Absolutely, that was a disaster because we were leading 3-0, and then 80th minute onwards, it just all fell down. So I was thinking, I chose to ignore it, but at the time I was thinking there's still maybe some ifs and buts to this squad, innit? And then I think the true turning point of the season was the 2-1 loss to Liverpool. I don't know what happened after that. It's just everything seemed to collapse after that. I think Bergwijn missing clear-cut chances for him got him dropped out of the squad, even though I thought he was doing a decent job until then. But obviously, finishing under Mourinho, innit? He had more of a defensive responsibility. So obviously, I can't really make an excuse for him though, because just 1 league goal this season, and that was literally the second last game of the season where we lost.
Finally, someone Timo Werner has more goals than I'm gassed, man. But now that obviously the season's over, you've kind of gathered your thoughts and stuff, and I know we talk about Jose Mourinho all the time. What have you made of just Jose Mourinho generally over the season, and now that you've gathered your thoughts and stuff with the season over?
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about it. I remember, I think this was a couple months ago. I think I even said that, what's Mourinho doing during the training sessions? Because from what I see, all these players are looking so happy, uploading YouTube videos from the main channel and stuff like that. I'm thinking, what are these players actually doing training?
They're playing cricket, weren't they, at one point when
Exactly, they're playing
won against United?
They're playing cricket and stuff like that, yeah. And then I'm thinking, yeah, this is looking very suspect from the whole squad, because surely you want to be competing for something, but at the same time you're fucking playing cricket. You're not even playing proper cricket. You're just playing indoor cricket.
Indoor cricket, that's it. Nets basically.
You're smashing it against the wall with players just sitting down. So I think once news got out that Mourinho got sacked, obviously news got revealed that how players were frustrated that there weren't proper training sessions going on and stuff like that. Innit? I mean, it's pretty obvious with the way we're playing as well, because the only way we're playing is Kane to Son to Kane, Reguilon down the wing, and those are the only players that seem to rate Mourinho at the time as well, innit? Including Højbjerg. So I think Mourinho, he's just finished, innit? That's all I can say about him, because he made his squad look so terrible since that Liverpool loss, since December, January, especially that disaster in the Europa League. When is that? I don't know.
I think March.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything went downhill. I don't understand it. I just want to see what the new manager can bring in next season and see what this squad is actually capable of, because I don't know whether this squad is actually good or whether we just need to get rid of a whole lot of players, because I know that 2 players already left, Rose and Gazniga. I know there's a potential clear out as well. Aurier, I just saw it now, he just said he wants to leave on the French news or whatever. Apparently he wants to go back to PSG. So I think this is a summer where there's potential clear outs, which I've said that I wanted for a long time, but at the same time I'm thinking it just mainly depends on the manager and whether he'll get back during the summer, because if he doesn't, we're just going back and forth in a big cycle, and these players are just going to seem like deadwood in the end.
Because it's interesting you say that, because even with the signings that you made for this season and stuff, I think everyone would kind of not fearing Tottenham, but were like, well, okay, these don't mean serious business with. I mean, Jose. Like, I remember the time. I think you mentioned when Doherty signed. Like, I remember you saying at one point, maybe potentially could be signing of the season. Like, obviously at the time when he signed
for as well. Yeah.
How much was it? 10 million, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And then you signed Joe Rodon. You obviously got Gareth Bale back from Real Madrid for a year.
Yeah.
Anyone else I'm missing? Højbjerg you signed as well. Reguilon as well. What would you? So I know it's kind of obvious, but it was obviously all down to Mourinho and stuff. But do you think that those players have to take some of the blame as well? So the experienced heads in the team, as well as the new signings.
I mean, we're talking about experienced players, but I don't know. There's no proper leader in that team apart from Lloris and Højbjerg coming into the team as well. So
it just says it all that Højbjerg is one of your leaders, considering he's only been at Tottenham for 9-10 months. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, Kane is one of the silent leaders, and he'll be there setting the example. He wouldn't normally actively tell the players what to do and stuff like that. And he'll be there just setting an example. I think even during Kane's recent interview with Sky Sports or something, he even said that we're sort of lacking that leadership in the team, because Højbjerg, Lloris, only leaders in the team. I mean, I expected Joe Hart to be some sort of...
Oh, he's another one that signed as well, yeah.
Yeah, some sort of leader in the backroom, as a backroom staff or whatever, yeah, but I don't know, nothing seemed to work out with the squad. But in terms of the signings, Reguilon he's been really underwhelming. I mean, first half of the season, we chose to ignore the problems that were pretty obvious towards the second half of the season, which I think I've said multiple times that he's just so rash in it. I think with a proper coach or manager or whatever, if we sort that out, I think he can be top for the club. But I don't know, man. It's just all ifs and buts right now because I don't really see any hope at the end of the tunnel. Because if Kane is leaving, I mean, I heard Son is signing a new contract.
Interesting.
Yeah, Son is signing a new contract as well. So I don't know. It's just mainly signings during the summer. That's it.
And now that you've sort of, it's good actually you talked about sort of the first half of the season. Now that's out of the way, and then you talked about sort of the disaster class after that. But obviously Mourinho gone and all this Super League BS as well.
Yeah.
Obviously Ryan Mason came in after that. You had your Carabao Cup Final as well.
That was a disaster. Lineup was shocking. I mean, we brought in Winks. Left that in Ndombele. We obviously needed him. I just remember the lineup just being shocking in general. I don't think Bell started that game either.
No.
I think a half-fit Bell is better than what we currently got in the squad as well. So, I mean, credit to Ryan Mason. He did a decent job handling the Super League stuff. Kane coming out potentially saying that he wanted to leave, but he didn't openly say it, obviously. But yeah, credit to him. I mean, obviously, I think the last few games under him were down to the players mainly. Mason was just there to settle the boat a little.
And could you take any positives out of the season? Is there anything that you could take out of the season positively?
Bale, no, that's only positive that I've seen. Bale, I don't know why. Well, I don't know what Mourinho was thinking. Just giving him a good run of games, 2-3 good games, and then just leaving on the bench like that. We obviously needed him the most in the squad. I mean, this guy's got 11 Premier League goals, all mainly coming from the second half of the season. So imagine if he was fully fit, I wouldn't say playing nearly every game because I don't think he's up to that. I don't think he can play 2-3 games consecutively as well. So yeah, it's just that whole Bale scenario was just shocking for me. I mean, he was doing bits for us.
And I guess another positive would be for you guys just the performance of Harry Kane this season. There's no doubt that he's. Is this his best season stats wise, or I'm not sure? But
I mean, total contribution wise, yeah, but I don't think goal wise.
Okay, obviously, fair enough.
Because I guess he got close to 28, 29 goals this season.
Yeah.
Salah was 32.
Yeah, I think he got 29.
Okay. Yeah. Is that a positive as well, or are you thinking more negatively in the sense that he performed so well that clubs are going to go for him now, and obviously he's sort of said that he wants to leave as well.
You know what? The thing is, if Daniel Levy is demanding, God knows, 150 mil for Kane, clubs like City, they won the league without a striker. You're telling me they can't wait another season to go for someone like Erling Haaland, where the buyout clause for him is half of that, and you're potentially getting, God knows, 12 years out of him if he wants to stay throughout those whole 12 years. Whereas with Kane, best case scenario, you're getting, I don't know,
5 years, 4 years, 5 years.
I'll say more than that, 7-8 years out of him.
And potentially, I always forget how old he is, man.
He's turning 28 this summer.
28.
Yeah. So
okay.
I would say that Haaland has a higher ceiling as a striker as well. So I don't see. Obviously, other clubs want to see Kane leave to City just for the sake of winning trophies and because he's a Spurs player as well, innit? But I don't.
That's another positive for you, man. All the former Spurs players are winning trophies. You got Kapuri winning it. Who else?
Oh, that as well. Yeah,
this is too long, man.
Trippier's won it this season. Eriksen's won it this season.
There's others as well.
Kyle Walker has done it.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's won it sort of already, isn't it? But yeah, technically counts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's just too many. I can't even think of names now. The list is too long.
There's so many.
I would say
Foyth as well.
Juan Foyth. This guy had an amazing performance as well. The fact that we're potentially letting him go for 15 million to Villarreal during summer, it just says a lot about.
Is that bad transfer business then? Because like, ironically, you're selling you've got rid of all these players, and they've bought one stuff. Is that a mistake for you, or would you think there's no way that they'll finish that Tottenham?
I would say the key players, yeah, but the players that I don't know weren't given a chance under Poch or whatever, I think that was mainly down to Poch because I don't know, some players he didn't seem to like. I don't remember mainly who, but obviously there are some players that had potential within the squad, but like Kyle Walker-Peters, he could have been our starting right back right now. I think I've always said that he's been decent enough to be in the squad. So I think the players leaving were mainly down to Poch, I think, towards the end, because obviously they weren't getting game time in it. But yeah,
But
Poch took Tottenham to the Champions League final 2 seasons ago. That was, and you've
Yeah.
managed to keep the squad fairly similar to what he had. So
yeah,
maybe just bringing in a new manager. Maybe you don't win, say, trophies, but you do better than you've done under Mourinho, because
Yeah.
Mourinho is just very, very bad at management now.
I don't
I
understand.
love how could have just closed his eyes for a second and passionately said,
He's got
very,
them
very
flashbacks
bad.
as well, innit?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Like,
great.
I mean, he made Luke Shaw look terrible. Look at him now.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And Pochettino made Luke Shaw look brilliant, and that is why United bought him.
Exactly. So,
So
in terms of managers as well, I think if obviously Poch, there's been rumours that he wants to leave the club as well in PSG after just 6 months. But there's rumours of him coming back to us, but I don't want him to come back to us. I want him to come back to us just for a nostalgic sake, innit? But he can't come back unless he has the backing, unless he's making a decision himself. I mean, look at the players we missed out on. We missed out on Bruno Fernandes. We missed out on Jack Grealish. We missed out on Sadio Mane.
Oh, did you miss out on Mane? Didn't know that.
We missed out on Mane as well.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Mane was at Southampton when Pochettino wanted him.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Wow.
Exactly.
It makes sense now. Yeah.
we missed out on all these players. I mean, look at Jack Grealish. We offered £3 million plus a player that's not even in the team. This guy was ready to leave. He was ready to come to us.
He ripped us apart against Chelsea, man. He was unreal that game.
I mean, it's just all down to Daniel leaving and ending it. I mean, Conte can do the quick fix for us. I'm not going to say win or something because obviously that's just a curse right now, isn't it? That's
Conte might actually win you something. Maybe even the Carabao Cup, but he might actually win.
He's such a good manager, man. Such
Yeah,
a good manager.
he's
Unfortunate Chelsea, man. Like the way it ended with him and the board and stuff. But
it always ends that way with Conte because he is a serial winner.
Yeah.
He wants what he wants and he wants to win. So
it's
not
smart
settled for anything.
It's smart if you think about it because you know you're not getting the back in. You potentially won't see any progression. So you might as well leave on a high rather than
That's very true. Yeah.
Get set like Poch did because he said that. Remember when he said that he needed a rebuild? That didn't happen. I think the squad the squad went with him towards the end. Obviously, maybe because he said he wanted a rebuild. That's what got him sacked in the end. So Conte leaving when he knows he won't get the backing is a smart thing in my opinion.
Yeah, and
the fans have been taking the word rebuild also very seriously. A rebuild does not mean changing. It does not mean changing the entire 11 players, the entire first team. All it means is bringing in some fresh faces, probably bringing in a couple of world-class players and bringing in a couple of squad
That's
players
what Liverpool done,
really boost the team. So Klopp has done it, and Pep does it every season. Every season he goes out and sells 3 players, brings in.
Yeah, you need to do that because without that, the squad there's no competition within the squad.
Right.
The great example is Telles with Shaw as well. Like I'm sure Gunnar can explain with Telles and Shaw. Yeah.
So if you have a set squad, you're not getting in new players. You're not selling a lot of players. The players know who will start. The players know who will stay on the bench. So they'll just stop performing. They'll just sit at home and chill.
Yeah, we went 2 years without. We went 2 years without. We went 2 years without buying anyone. I think we were already behind in that sense. I mean, we already had. By the time we already bought someone, after the maybe fourth or fifth transfer window, we were already behind in terms of the squad. I think we had loads of catching up to do, but obviously I think that just caught up with us towards the end, and that's just where we are right now.
That's exactly what happened with Eriksen. I think that he was an amazing player, and he should have really been in a team that won the Premier League because he is that quality. He was unreal. I thought,
apart from Kane, he was like the next one that was.
And then he wanted to leave because Tottenham just weren't challenging enough.
Exactly.
You can only challenge when you bring in new signings, and those signings challenge the first 11 in order to perform on the pitch.
It's an example of like sort of with Chelsea with Mason Mount as well. Like you've seen all these summer signings come through, and the one name that nobody not nobody, but least people expected to do really well this season was Mason Mount, and he stepped up because there's actual competition now in this position. So, which is why also like players around the team are performing, except for Edouard Mendy because he doesn't have any competition. Everyone else is really stepped up. Let's just move on from.
I mean, look at Kappa. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. He's celebrating right over there.
Do you know what's funny? He was the first one to knee slide, like the first one.
I saw that.
Like, oh no, not this guy, please. But
yeah, contributed a lot.
He contributed. Your clean sheet against Krasnodar, so it all matters at the end.
I'm happy that Benjamin Mendy didn't win that Champions League.
Oh, Mendy,
If he won that, bro, I would have punched the screen. Looking at this guy just aggravates me.
He's amazing, though. You got to admit, like, just looking at CV for the first time, like, his stats are just like what he's won and stuff is incredible. But now that we're on topic on managers, now you've sort of brought in managers. I'll sort of list some names, and then you have to pick one only from the names that I give you. Okay? Yeah. Okay. All right. So you've got Graham Potter, you've got Nuno, you've got Zidane, you've got Conte, and you've got Poch. Which of the five are you taking at Tottenham? Actually, I'll chuck in Scott Parker. Okay, so and Thomas Frank, 7. Sorry.
Am I thinking best case scenario or knowing how the club runs?
For you, so you're owner of Tottenham. You pick a manager for.
I'm the owner. I'm the owner.
You're the owner.
Not that bald-headed fool.
No, it's you.
Poch.
You take Poch, okay.
Poch, straight up, Poch. But knowing how the club is run, Conte. I think given one or two seasons in the squad, maybe as it is, bringing a couple.
Give sort of Nuno or Potter a chance because they're sort of in that rebuild.
You've not seen Nuno at the top club.
Exactly. It's too much of a risk because with Kane potentially leaving, there might be Son might refuse a contract.
But do you not think that this is sort of like a rebuild job in the sense that someone to sort of steady the ship and bring up new players, which Nuno has done well at Wolves?
It will be like David Moyes.
I mean, this is what I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe we don't need a rebuild. I think the squad is already big enough. But I think Mourinho brought me this illusion that we actually need a rebuild. But I think we should wait and see for the new manager to come in. If it's Conte, I think he'll do bits with the squad, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah.
Compared to Poch, where he's pretty much got the same players he's left with.
Yeah.
Apart from that, actually starting, apart from Højbjerg, Reguilon, that's it. I think that. Yeah, that's his play. That's his play.
Yeah. Okay.
And Lo Celso is his play as well. So I think bringing a completely new face like Conte, I think it will give me hope in a sense. I think with Poch, you know what he's coming into the club for a rebuild. That's it, and he's made it clear that if he wants to come back to the club, he has to be in charge of the transfer decisions. And I think it could happen, knowing the backlash that Levy has gotten recently, because we're being linked with Conte, we've been linked with the sporting director that was with him at Juve as well. So I think if we get Conte, we potentially get a sporting director as well, because he's leaving his role from Juve at the end of next month. And if Poch does come in, he has to have full control. If that doesn't happen, nothing's going to work.
And in terms of your league position then for next season and stuff, how do you guys? Well, what's that goal for next season? Obviously, it'll be top 4 for you guys, and obviously you guys qualify for the Conference League as well. does that complicate things as well in terms of your qualification for top 4?
Actually, give me a second with this Conference League. I want to see who's in it. I haven't had.
Are you able to pronounce the names for it?
By the time you look at it, I'll just head out.
Yeah, so that's calm, man. Yeah,
I'll see you guys. Take care.
Yeah. Take care, man. Thanks for jumping on, bro. Thanks for jumping on. Are you just reading out the names right now, Nandhu?
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now. For sake. I know Roma in that, so we're
Roma, yeah,
Roma.
Jose against Spurs again. Wow, it just had to be in it.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it's a whole bunch of farmers. Okay,
wow.
I think with the Conference League coming in, I think we just start our dead players, start our youth players, whatever youth we've got in it. I think Premier League should be our main focus. If Conte comes in, I think top 6 finish will be good for us, considering how this season went. Because I think it will take time for the squad to actually gel together in terms of the way he wants to play as well. Now,
do you think you guys are behind now of like say Leicester City now, because they've obviously signed Samari as well from is it Lille that they're signing for?
Yeah, they signed him from Lille,
and they're obviously bottled top 4 really, but they still finish in a strong position. And you obviously got teams like West Ham and Everton sort of rebuilding as well. We're not going to add Arsenal in there, but
yeah, that's not add Arsenal.
But are you kind of worried in the sense that you guys are going even further down, and then West Ham and Leicester sort of going further up?
I'm worried about Leicester. I think will be the same as this season for them. I think they'll be up there, and then obviously something will happen. They'll bottle it towards the end. West Ham, I don't think I'm worried about, because they're in Europa League as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So I think unless they have a bigger squad for next season, I don't think they're going to be like Everton, like when they were in the Europa League at one point, just shambolic at one point. Yeah, I mean, I hope that happens. It's West Ham, isn't it?
That's true.
Oh yeah, I would say a top 6 finish. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily worried about the other 2 teams.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And just before we wrap this up, I'll ask the same questions that I did for the Manchester United review. Then is so your sort of surprises and shocks of the season, good and bad.
Okay. Surprises.
If there is any good, that is.
I'm trying to think of the good surprises. I think the 6-1 win against United, I don't think that was an amazing performance, but I think the scoreline was definitely surprising.
Tasty, wasn't it? Yeah.
Very tasty. As soon as every goal went in, I just started laughing harder and harder.
They were great goals, to be fair, as well.
Yeah.
They're really good goals, to be fair.
It was a proper shithousery performance as well.
Yeah, true.
That's what we love to see at the beginning, but I think in terms of shocks, 3-3 draw against West Ham.
That was definitely one, yeah.
Within 10 minutes, that just fell apart. Mourinho getting sacked was definitely a shock for me.
It was. Do you know what? Yeah, now that you say it, like, it's a shock, but it's not a shock at the same time, because everyone sort of expected him to go. But then I think with the madness of the Super League, it's like, wow, Mourinho's been sacked, like the big name of Mourinho.
Yeah, I didn't think people. They probably didn't think people batted an eye to Mourinho leaving, because I don't think for that whole week, not that many people talk about Mourinho leaving. It's just all the Super League bullshit, innit?
That's true.
But I think sacking him 6 days before the final was just poor.
What's like the nail in the straw in terms of like your season just done? Because at that point you're like, yeah, season's done. But then sacking Mourinho before a final, that's it. Just the nail in the coffin, really, isn't it? But
surprises.
Other good surprises? Any good stuff?
Oh, the Europa League.
Yeah.
From minute one, I had a feeling that was the team against Zagreb.
Zagreb.
Yeah, I had a feeling that would cause us problems, because I've always said with this Spurs team, from minute one, if you're going back to the keeper consecutively, you know you're on ropes. If you're going back and forth to Luis all the time, that's when you know, there's definitely something wrong. Something bad is going to happen. So obviously, Orsic tore us apart in it. He tore us apart completely. So that's another shock for us in terms of good shocks.
Not much. As in, like, any player that's sort of surprised you in a good way for Tottenham specifically. Anyone in your team, really? If there isn't, then you'd have to speak.
Do you want a surprise or player of the season?
Give me a player of the season after. First, give me the surprise. Your surprise of the season for Tottenham player. Oh man,
there's no one. There's no one. I think Lucas Mora.
Lucas Mora. Okay, interesting. Why?
With the position he's had, I think he's definitely done bits for us.
Okay.
Obviously, he hasn't got much to go.
I wasn't expecting that. I think you shocked me there, man.
Yeah. Lucas Mora, definitely. With the position he's had, his work rate is immense. His work rate has always been immense. I think even without goals and assists, like Bergwijn, I would slate Bergwijn with the top of my chest. But Mora, that's a player I can't slate because he's given 100% all the time. He normally doesn't. Under Mourinho, he started a lot. I think towards the end when Gareth Bale came through, obviously he had this new position for him. But I think that's definitely a big surprise for me, the way he stepped up. Obviously, as a team, it's just shocking in general. If I speak on certain players, it's just poor in it. Like, actually, I'll speak on those players.
Go for briefly. It, man. Go for it. It's a Tottenham review, man. You can do what you want, man.
Sergio Reguilon, he's just a stupid paella, innit? That's what I like to call him, a paella. He's just stupid, sloppy, unbelievably underwhelming. You can see why Madrid sold him to us for that much. 23 million, something like that. Davinson Sanchez.
Oh yeah, forgot about him, man.
This guy.
Forgot about him, man. Oh my god.
This guy's
I just think of him sleeping at the Etihad, man. That's it. That's like that's one that stands out for me.
He's gone through the autism and then went through the coma and then woke up with even autism again. So Eric Dyer, slabhead.
Slabhead. A worse slabhead than the actual slabhead.
He should stick to gardening, because this guy's been releasing videos of himself gardening. Do you know how much that aggravates me? This guy's gardening.
Oh my god, this is funny, man.
Okay.
Gardening. Oh, gardening.
Bergwijn. This guy needs to lose some weight.
Really?
I don't know.
He actually just put on weight or something, or?
It's either that or he's just overly muscly.
Overly muscly.
It's certainly slowed him down.
Oh man.
Giovanni Lo Celso. I can't. This is a guy I've been backing for so long as well. Yeah. I mean, at one point I said he was better than Bruno Fernandes.
Wow. Okay.
That's definitely backfired on me. But I think this guy can do. I think he can do well for us under the right manager. I think Poch comes back. We do bits under him. Any other manager, I don't know, man. There's no hope for him. Serge Aurier.
Aurier.
You say you want to leave the club. I'll gladly let you go. Leave on a free. I'll even pay you plane ticket to go.
Take him to Heathrow and everything.
Yeah, I'll personally drop you off.
Any more?
Let me think.
Harry Winks.
You had to bring him up, didn't you? Harry Winks, yeah. This guy thinks it's Andre Pirlo, yeah. Or another game he thinks it's Iniesta, but in reality you're just dog in it. You're just dog. That goal in the Europa League just gassed you up too much. But you need to go, mate. Just go to Stoke. Go to Stoke City. Go play there on a Monday night, innit? I don't want you stinking up the club anymore. Wearing the number 8, you're a disgrace, mate.
Oh my god, he wears a number 8 as well, doesn't he? Wow.
He has a number 8. To think that Eriksen left the club before this fraud, yeah.
Mind-boggling, isn't it? But yeah, any more shocks and surprises before we move on to your player of the season?
Lamela, this guy.
Lamela, okay.
You're meant to be a Bale replacement. Instead, Bale comes into the club and replaces you, takes your Premier League goal tally within a season.
That just sums
that
it
just
all up,
that,
really.
that just sums it all up. I think that's it.
Actually.
That's all the players done.
Fair enough. And finding your player of the season, is it a tricky one? I mean, I'll give you 2 or 3 you could potentially choose from, but I think it's realistically one, isn't it?
It's Kane.
Yeah,
Kane.
yeah.
I think the goals and assists he brings is just phenomenal, but I think we need to take away the assist from him. I think since Eriksen has been lacking for us, I think he's taken on that Eriksen role as well. So I think that just forces him to be more involved in the game. Obviously, you love to see it in it, but I think if you want to see him score goals on the levels of Lewandowski or someone, he needs to be up front. He can't be dropping in deep for us.
Yeah, that's true. But obviously, you're kind of worried that he's going to go as well. But the other two I was kind of thinking about were Son and Højbjerg. Those are the 2 that have come close. Well, would they come close for your sort of a player this season, or is it Kane just miles ahead of them in terms of the season?
Son certainly comes close for me. Obviously, the goals he scores, he's just been pure clinical for us. But I think since the Mourinho thing started to happen, where the squad just died out, I think he needs that morale in the squad as well. I think that just contributed to him having I'd say not as good as the performances that we'd want to see from him. But I think overall he's been our second best player. And I think with Højbjerg, I think he's been immense for the first half of the season, but second half again, I think he's just been burnt out. He played every single game for us. I think this is where Skip comes into the squad next season. I think them two together, or Skip coming on for Højbjerg, I think Skip has a big role to play next season if he stays with us or doesn't, or if he goes out on loan. I think it'll be a problem for us because I think Højbjerg needs that rest sometimes.
Yeah, that's interesting. You talk about some players as well because remember that video we did on the Keep or Sell that you did after the Super League stuff. Check that out if you haven't already. It's on our YouTube channel as well. And any other final thoughts on Tottenham, or is that all?
Daniel Levy, sort yourself out, please. Please, I'm begging you. I can't take this any longer. Yesterday, I've just seen Chelsea win the Champions League. I can't take it anymore. It's just it's gone to a point where I just don't care. I'm just seeing all these clubs doing well. Leicester, West Ham, you lot. I'm just sat there like, I'm just sat back.
you just sat there like just watching.
I'm just sat back like this, watching everything unfold, innit? But
fair enough. But next season, for every team, it's a clean slate, and it's going to be interesting anyway. But thanks for jumping on and doing stuff. And that wraps up the second episode of the season reviews.